It is Toby and welcome to the updated Home Gym 2023. So it has been a while since we have done a home gym updated tour. We have got a lot of new equipment and I've rearranged it pretty much completely to give us a lot more space for said new equipment. It is a much better space now, it is a much more usable space, and I don't use it all too much anymore. I use it once a week, possibly 2 or 3 times a week, because I now live away from home. I've got a job, all that, so I only really come back to my parents' garage here to do my Strongman sessions, which I couldn't otherwise do in a commercial gym. But I also come back, obviously, when I have breaks over Christmas, when I feel like coming back. So this gym space is a really good space, and it's now being utilised by the rest of my family. My brother's always used it, he's big into the gym as well, but now my sister's getting into it, my parents want to start using it, so I thought it was about time to rearrange it, make it a bit of a better space, a bit more usable space for someone who doesn't really know the layout to be able to come in and use it. But without further ado, we're going to get into a bit more of an in-depth tour. So I'm going to try out this wide-angled mode. The quality may be a little bit down, but it will get more of what I'm talking about in. But you can see here, this is the home gym that we all know and love. Originally, it was just the one half. So originally, it was just from this side onwards, and a lot more of the space at the back was taken up. It was mainly just this small area here that was used, but now I've managed to rearrange it so we get pretty much 3/4 of the garage space now for gym use and only a small bit in the corner for storage. So let's start from the storage and work our way back down. So the storage area, this pool table and all of that used to be where the treadmill is now, and it was basically able to move across because we got rid of one of the fridge freezers we had here, and we got a new pump and stuff for the water. So all of this was able to be moved back under the stairs, and this was able to be slid along. So now we have a lot less storage space taken up, and the first thing we have is the very first bit of home gym equipment I bought, which was this Body Max all-in-one rack, leg curl extension thing. Now, I don't use the rack side of it and the bench side of it nearly at all anymore, because we've obviously got the newer stuff, because these posts here, this rack, is far too close together for me. I'm quite wide and I need a lot more space, so it's just right in the wrong place to be usable. But I still do use the curl and the leg attachment bit of it, so that's why we have this bit sticking out. Currently it's used a bit of a storage area because I don't tend to do my leg days here in the home gym anymore, so we've able to use it as a bit more of a storage area. Speaking of the storage area, we have a couple tyres. These were off my dad's car, and I've kept them to use for drop pads on the log, which is obviously very, very helpful. Got some of my Cerberus gear and some battle ropes under there, and then we've got a set of smaller dumbbells. Technically that's the first thing I bought for the home gym. I bought that way back like 10 years ago, never used them, and we got them out so for my sister and my other family to use on certain things. And then without further ado, we have got the newest piece of gym equipment, which is this plate loadable lat pull down cable stack thing, which has a thing for low curls, and obviously the lat pull down, which we can also do tricep extensions on. It's plate loadable, it works really well, it's a nice tiny small footprint, fits perfectly right in the middle here, and it's really nice to finally get some cables in this home gym. It has been so long since we've had cables. We've tried all sorts of things. I mean, this bit on the roof here was mounted where we used to have a pulley with just using some rope until it frayed and snapped. So really nice to be able to get this piece of equipment in here. Makes my workouts a lot more versatile. And I guess we'll wrap around the inside here and show off some of what we use this side of the rack now. This is now storage, so we've got some more of these attachments for the cable stack here, just hung on here. And we've got my lifting chains. These weigh 10 kilo each, and they add a really nice different factor to doing certain exercises. I use them for bench press quite a lot to add that instability factor and to really fry the triceps. They are, of course, hanging off of the trap bar. Now this I used to use a hell of a lot. I used to use it at uni for frame carries, farmer's walk practice, all that sort of thing, and I used it for trap bar deadlifts obviously, and I use it in replacement of a leg press, so you can use the low handles and load it up really heavy and sort of mimic a leg press movement just sort of standing, which is really, really nice. Don't use it too much, as I said, I don't do my leg days in here anymore, but that is there on hand for whenever I need. Then down the bottom here we have got my easy bar, which is the only thing in here that uses the 1-inch plates, so it just pretty much stays loaded all the time. That is one of the very first things I ever bought in here. I got it from Aldi, the supermarket, for quite cheap. And under that is my rusty, very old barbell that came with the Body Max bench that falls apart when you do deadlifts on it and is generally just there as a spare. So say if me and my sister in here both lifting and I'm using heavy weights on the squat rack and she wants to do deadlifts, you can use this bar. But it doesn't really hold up to too much weight. Then we've got down here a couple of loadable dumbbell handles, the Mirror Fit ones, which are mine, and then these Rebel Strength ones, which are my brother. And yeah, we got loads of smaller plates and stuff next to that to load that up. But yeah, if we swing around here, we got the cardio section, which again is currently being used to store my heating at the minute, because cardio is something that me and my family don't really do too much, but we've got the treadmill and the exercise bike. I personally prefer the treadmill. I use that a fair bit to do incline walks. As you can see, it's in the incline mode. And on the wall back here, we've got some skipping ropes, another one of my favoured pieces of cardio. We've got some resistance bands, which was the predecessor to our cable stack. So now they just live on the wall there. Got a couple nice flags as we swing around to all the plates. On the floor, in this home gym, we've got about 300 kilo worth of plates. We might need to get some more soon because my deadlift's looking tasty, but it's currently just sort of stored in a pile here. Really need to get some organisation for it. We've got a small speed ball for boxing, which is very deflated and hardly used, to be honest, but we got it in a bundle with some other boxing gear, and that's probably the best place for it, mounted there, and it just sort of stays there. Now the rack. The rack used to be where the yoke is now, under this removed roof tile. That my brother needed because he's 6'3" and can't overhead press in here without it. But now he doesn't really work out here because he's off at uni. I was able to swing the rack round to make a lot more space for myself next to the Mirror Fit sandbag there that's 100 kilos. But this rack I use for everything. It's a really, really great piece of kit. I bought it back for my uni bedroom gym because it has quite a small footprint and was able to fit in there. But it looks really, really good in here as well. The small footprint means it doesn't take up much space. I can deadlift out in front of it. And yeah, it's great. Never had a problem with it. And as we pan around, we got Strongman corner. So obviously the bench that goes with the rack. We got some blocks here for 15-inch deadlifts. We got my 110 kilo truck wheel that I found in a lay-by that I use for flips and weighting other stuff down. I use it quite sparingly. We've got some mats on top of it that I use for deadlifts to absorb the sound a bit. And then we got some more random things. We've got a big block of wood with a handle on it. Never use that anymore. But we got a cushion there to drop Atlas stones on. Speaking of which, there's the 60 kilo stone there. Got a couple sledgehammers to hit the tyre with. A 75 kilo keg. Some more padding down the back there. My farmer's handles. As you can see, they're really scuffed up on the bottom from using on gravel. Then down here we got a loading pin or two and some attachments. We've got my Viking press handle and my T-bar row handle. All of this stuff, really, really good Strongman kit that I use quite often. And then here, panning around, we got this dip station pull-up bar combo. Just rotated 90 degrees from where it was before. And as you can see, that is underneath the hole in the ceiling. So you can do full range of motion pull-ups and get your head up in the ceiling there. But yeah, use this for leg raises, dips, weighted dips, pull-ups, all that sort of thing. A nice little bit of kit to have there. I don't use it too much personally, but I know my brother and sister quite like to. But anyway, the yoke, another brand new piece of Strongman kit that I've got very recently. I love this thing. Mirror Fit yoke. Just absolutely love it. It's one of those events that I've just taken to naturally and just can absolutely fly with, and that's in front of the door, so I can just open the door, take it straight out. Not too difficultly. We got the log as well, Rebel Strength log, 52 kilo empty, put some big numbers on. I almost forgot that we've got the axle bar down the back there, my scaffolding and duct tape creation, that lives along the floor there. I haven't had too much calls to use it very recently, but I love the axle. It's one of my favourite overheads, and again, I'm quite good at it. It's quite fun. But finally, to round off this tour, we have got the punching bag, which is my preferred choice of cardio. When I'm in the home gym, I prefer short, sharp cardio like boxing and ski erg and stuff like that. So the punching bag is very useful for that. But that is my quick, lightning fast tour of the new home gym. I hope you did enjoy. Bit of an update of my space. hopefully you guys could follow well. If you want a more in-depth review on any pieces of kit you've seen in here, do let me know, and you'll get your next update when I've got a sufficient amount of new kit, whenever that may be. So thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Toby, and I will see you in the next video.